Hey folks, Danny Mayland here from the Small Venue Survivalist and also Fats Grill in Sugar House, Utah. If you're in Sugar House, Utah, you should come down, visit us on the weekends. We have live music pretty much every weekend and pretty much always free. We're getting ready for a Michael Dallin show here tonight. See what I'm doing here? Yeah, the old over-under, as I'm sure many of you have heard about. Very good way to wrap cable. And actually, there's a lot of resources that'll teach you how to over-under cable, so I don't really see a need to teach you how. I mean, there's lots of people who've done a great job explaining it. Thing is, though, not a whole lot of us spend time talking about why we over-under cable. Oh, sure, we talk about, how it'll make the cable last longer and that kind of thing, but we don't really get into the details. So I thought I'd do that for this video. So a big thing with over-under wrapping is that you get 0 or 1 total twist in your cable. And the reason for this is because you do twist one way, but then you twist the other way, right? So now we have 0 total twist. 1, 0. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So 1 total twist. Not too bad. This is as opposed to if we go over, 1 twist, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get the idea. Now, the funny thing is that for this next bit, I can't really demonstrate it to you because this cable has been over-undered its whole life. And so it's really well behaved. But cables that have been over-overed their whole lives will tend to want to stay in that coil. And you'll kind of get that old telephone cord effect. It's kind of tough to manage, and it's actually harder and takes longer to set up when your cable continuously wants to keep the coil. So there's a good reason to over-under right there. Moves things along faster. Another good reason to over-under your cable that has actually a lot of implications is the whole problem of that you're either adding or taking away twist from the cable as you keep twisting it around and around and around. So I don't know how well you can see this, but imagine if I kept twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting. Eventually, there'd be so much force on these connections that we'd break the soldering connection. We'd break the cable. If we break it at this end, it's not so bad to fix, although it's still a pain. But if we manage to get things all kinked up and break it in the middle, that's brutal. So the reason that we use mic cable, actually what you might call shielded twisted pair cable, is because we get common mode rejection. And what that is that if you induce the same noise on the 2 signal conductors, which end at pins 2 and 3, then something really cool happens. That is, if you connect it to a mixing console with a differential amplifier in either the mic pre or the line input section, the differential amplifier will only work on what's different between the 2 pins. So, if we've got the same noise in both lines, then the noise just gets ignored. It gets rejected, things stay quiet. This is why you can run cable like this for hundreds or thousands of feet, and things stay pretty okay. So the problem comes in if you start untwisting this twisted pair. It's fairly complicated, but to kind of keep it simple, when you twist cable like this in a certain way, you ensure that the signal lines both have an equal impedance to ground. And this is what ensures that externally induced noise gets into both pins equally and then, of course, gets rejected by the differential amplifier. If you wreck that twist by going over instead of over-under, then you can ruin the ability of the cable, or maybe not totally ruin, but kind of take it down a ways. You take away that ability for the cable to have noise induced into both pins equally. And your noise rejection goes down, you get a noisy cable, not so good. So over-under is a good idea. So that's it for this video. Hope it was informative. Hope you got something good out of it. And I certainly invite you to visit smallvenuesurvivalist.com, read my articles there, get some more in-depth information about sound reinforcement and the music business and what bands can do to help themselves and things like that. You can also follow me on Twitter and be my friend on Facebook. Do send me a message before the friend request so that I know that you're legitimate and not just a spammer who wants attention, right? Oh, and one more thing. I do want to be helpful to you folks and try to be a resource and answer questions. So if you have questions, you can leave them in the comment thread or of course, on Facebook or the comment threads on smallvenuesurvivalist.com. Cheers.